in the tantric tradition, at 16 you're sexually mature. It doesn't mean you have sex. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that when you're 16 you start jumping in bed with people. No. If you are sexually mature, but on a tantric term, it is a time in our life where our bodies are perfect. We're not young. We're not old. We're developed. It's perfect. So the deities are depicted always as 16 years old because they have no death, they're immortal, to signify perfection of physical body as a result of good karma. Usually, with highly realized lamas in Tibet, some of them, not all, take on consorts. When they take on consorts, usually these ladies are not normal ladies. They're either highly spiritually evolved, or they have practiced, or they have been disciples of these lamas in previous lives, or they have been partners with these lamas in previous lives. They have a purpose with the lama to spread the Dharma. So they usually connect when they're 16. When they're 16, it represents maturity. Spiritual, sexual, physical, and another thing is, I think that time people didn't live long either. So they started out early also, having families and all that stuff. So 16 is the time of maturity, ready to do the work of benefiting others. And also symbolic of physical perfection. There's no reason why she's female or male, but great concepts that Buddhas have to be male. Break concepts that male is better. Break concepts that only males can become a Buddha. Break concepts that male is superior. Because in ancient Indian society, male is superior, women are nothing. So when a Buddha manifests as a female, it has helped the other half population, the other half of human society say no. So what happens is you have a bunch of males worshipping females. You see, that's not so applicable now anymore, but it was at that time. That's one. Second thing is this. Females are more associated with sexuality than male. Females are more associated with beauty, sexuality, and sexual bliss than male. For example, if we look at all the advertisements, female models sell, male models don't really sell. If we look at advertisements and we look at the world and we look at the world stage, females are more associated with sex and sexuality. Whether that is correct or not is a different subject. I'm not saying that's correct. I'm saying that's what people associate it with. Therefore, when she takes on the role of a female, or she takes on female energy, it is associate that energy that is very pervasive today. So, in all of us, we have very strong sexual desire. That sexual desire is not male or female. But if we put it in representation, it comes out as female, not to put women down, but to show that embodies sexual energy. Why? Women look at women for beauty. Men look at women for beauty. Women don't look at men for beauty, and men don't look at men for beauty. So in our world, our contaminated perception is women have the embodiment of beauty, or that's associated with sexuality. Because if something is beautiful, we want to be associated with it in an intimate way. So therefore, she manifests as a female, not that in an enlightened sphere, there is no male or female. It's just enlightened mind. But in our realm, there is a male and female. Now, in our realm, there's a male and female, but females are associated with sexuality. And since this time is more inclined towards desire, a female yidam is more easier to associate, to overcome that than a male yidam. But beauty and handsome still is the same, but still men are not associated with sexuality. Correct. Not that it's not true, but general perception. So therefore today's pervasive energy that brings us down and makes us do things is what? What do all the advertisements use to get you to buy their products? What, madam? That's right. Sexual enticement. Isn't that a reflection? Doesn't the commercials and movies reflect our time? Reflect the preoccupation of people? Not everybody, but pervasively. There are many people in the world who are not attracted to that. That's not the basis of which they'll buy something. but we're saying pervasively. Correct? Isn't there more problems and difficulties and crime and suffering and all that coming as a result of sexual attachment? Why? As Singh said earlier, not that desire is stronger these days, it's that expression and manifestation of it is more pervasive. Easier and accepted. Correct? So what is that? What is selling?
Sex.
Correct. But last time, was that allowed? No. But is that good or bad?
It's just the way.
It's not neither. It's just an expression of today's times. Correct? So today's times, if music is sold by sex, food is sold by sex, handphones are sold by sex, furniture and cars are all sold by sex. When we go to furniture showrooms, when they do a launch, don't you see beautiful women in miniskirts hanging around the cars? What are they trying to do? They're trying to entice the customers. Even toothpaste and toothbrush, everything is sold by what? Very beautiful women. Okay? Now, that beautiful woman is selling something. It's selling sex. Sex is bliss. Sex is happiness. Sex is intimacy. So when they're selling that to you, they're selling an emotion to you, that you will feel that kind of happiness. That if this beautiful girl tells you it's good, it's good. Because why? We like beautiful girls. Since we like beautiful girls, if the beautiful girl tells us things, it must be true. Even cigarettes and beer, who is it sold by? That's right. So my point is what is, feminists will say, oh, women are just being used. But non-feminists say it's not a matter of women being used, that's the symbology behind women. And people use that, they exploit that. So what is more appropriate in today's world is to have a female Buddha that says no to everything, that counters all of that. That everything about her is opposite of what is being relayed and understood in today's world. Do you guys understand that? A person who is free of fear is a Buddha. The only person in this world, or persons, who can be fearless, have no fear of karma, no fear of retribution, no fear of suffering, no fear of old age, or death, or people, or harm, is a Buddha. Only a Buddha is free of fear. That's why we take refuge in the Buddha. And the Bodhisattva was an emanation of a Buddha. Right? We only take refuge in the Buddha because they're free of fear. Because they're free of fear, they can help us to be free of fear also. Therefore, Vajrayogini's nakedness represents her free of fear. Very good, Joanne, that's very good. Meaning, what lady would walk around naked? Nobody. No decent lady would do that. That's one. Number two, in ancient Indian society, right or wrong, don't be a judge. I'm just telling you the society that this practice came from. Women are very much controlled. And women don't have the freedom of men. And one of the ways that women don't have freedom of men that's expressed is in their clothes. What decent Indian woman 2,500 years ago would run around naked? Should be stoned to death. It would be unacceptable. Never mind showing naked, even showing a naked leg or something like that, or knee is already too much. So what's my point? Right or wrong don't need to be a judge. I'm just telling you their mentality that it comes from. So that time, a lady being naked is it's not even a taboo, it's not allowed. So Vajrayogini being naked means she has no fear, it means she is above all conventions. She is above all retributions. She cannot be shackled, held down, or constricted by our conventions, our hang-ups, our desires. She is fearless. So she uses that in symbolism by being completely naked. She's naked not because she wants to flaunt her body. She's naked to show she is free of all fears. Worldly fears and enlightened fears. What's enlightened fears? The fear of suffering again. She has no fear of suffering. She is a Buddha. If you pray to Vajrayogini, you don't need anybody else. She is supreme. In Tibetan Buddhism, she's one of the highest secret tantric Buddhas that you don't reveal to new people at all.